Module 6 Extensibility Deployment and Hotfix Update Considerations. Objectives: explain POS customization and update deployment planning. Explain the steps that are required for the retail hotfix or for the update deployment. Related content. The content in this module is in addition to processes described in the below mentioned topics. Important. Updates included in the hotfix should be applied to all computers that host the updated components. For example, you should run the same version of Commerce Data Exchange sync service at all stores and at headquarters. Environments that run different versions of the same retail component are not supported. In some cases, deployed hotfixes will not be fully available until all the components included in the hotfix have been updated. For example, a Commerce Data Exchange real-time service update might also require a code change at headquarters. If you are running a retail environment, there are additional steps that you must perform to deploy updates and hotfixes to computers running retail POS, Commerce Data Exchange components, or a store database. Retail software at the store can be updated in any order or simultaneously. Updates for retail environments may be either binary or application updates. Application updates are installed like other Microsoft Dynamics AX application updates by installing to a database server and then recompiling. Only binary updates require additional steps. We recommend that you perform the steps initially in a test environment local to your headquarters, validate the fixes, and ensure the POS performs as anticipated, then roll them out to stores. The types of computers that are used in a typical Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012 retail deployment are shown in the table here. Deployment location, head office, AOS computer, with the retail headquarters component installed, database server. You must modify the Microsoft Dynamics AX database server only if the settings for Microsoft SQL Server do not comply with the PCI data security standard. Communication server. This hosts the Commerce Data Exchange real-time service and async server. If you prefer, you can have two communication servers, one for real-time service and one for async server. Microsoft Dynamics AX client computers with retail headquarters component installed. Retail server if you are using a modern POS. Web server if you are using online stores. At the brick and mortar stores, computers that host the channel database and async client. Point of sale computers which are used for the POS registers. Correct planning before a system is deployed can minimize the downtime of the system. Deployment should be conducted in the following environments before the system is deployed in production. Test environment. This is the environment where the Microsoft Dynamics AX POS customizations and solutions, possibly from different vendors, are deployed, integrated, and tested. All fixes and updates need to be deployed in this environment and tested. Staging of pre-production environment. This is the environment that is built based on production environment. Typically, it contains business data from the production system. Microsoft Dynamics AX models and customizations are moved to a staging environment after they are integrated and tested on a test environment. Production environment. This is the final environment that customers use to run their business. Fixes and updates should be moved to production only after they run successfully in a staging environment. The below task must be done before you deploy updates in a retail environment. Bring offline registers online and synchronize all offline transactions with the store database. Note that if you skip this step, severe data damage and possible financial losses can occur. After you upgrade the store database, you can no longer synchronize transactions from existing offline databases. 2. Run retail scheduler jobs to synchronize stored transactions with the retail headquarters. 3. Backup store database by using the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Note all instances of the application must be updated to the same version. Partly updated environments are not supported. It is also likely that deployed fixes will not be fully available until all components in a retail environment are running in the same version. Updates for retail environments can either be binary or application updates. Application updates are installed the same as other Microsoft Dynamics AX application updates by installing to a database server and then recompiling. Only binary updates require additional actions. You must synchronize your databases with headquarters, back up the database, install binary updates to the non-database and database components. Then, if you have customized retail POS, you must re-merge your code changes to the services and triggers, compile and redeploy. Before you deploy POS customized libraries, make a backup of the existing retail POS folder and then copy the custom libraries. Copy customized services or triggers library to the POS / extension folder. When updates are applied to the POS, the updates replace all modified services and triggers libraries. If you have customized services or triggers, they will be overridden by the hotfix. As a best practice, you should put all customized service or triggers in the POS / extension folder. This helps avoid hotfix from overriding your customization. However, if you have put customizations in the services or triggers folder, you must re-merge the code changes to the services and triggers and then compile and redeploy the code changes. Also verify that the code changes in the hotfix do not conflict with the code existing. However, if the code changes do conflict, merge the code, compile, and then redeploy the code changes in the POS / extension folder. After you install the hotfix, if there are any code changes in services or triggers, the corresponding files will be available in the updated Retail Software Development Kit SDK folder. By default, the files will be located in the Retail SDK folder under the POS plugins. If you have customized retail POS, you must remerge your code changes to services and triggers and compile and then redeploy the customized assemblies. Other considerations in merging code changes. Merging code from ISV. If you have an independent software vendor ISV code in your retail POS, then the ISV code should also be merged with the code changes from the hotfix. Then you can compile and redeploy the code changes in POS / extension folder. Merging code in TFS branch. If there are multiple developers working on POS customization, then the hotfix code changes should also be merged in the code branch. By doing this, all developers will have the latest code. We'll now go through the process of applying an update on the retail POS components. Update the retail channel configuration utility on one computer. If a retail database update is included in the update that you're applying, an updated version of the retail channel configuration utility is included in the update. At the store, start by updating the retail channel configuration utility on one computer. If other retail software is installed on this computer, you can also update that software. You do not have to restart the application object server after you install the binary retail components. To perform the updates, browse to the location where you have extracted the files for update and double-click on axupdate.exe. Upgrade the stored database by using the retail channel configuration utility. If an update includes a schema change, the updated version of retail POS will not run until the stored database has been upgraded. To upgrade the retail database, you must run an updated version of the retail channel configuration utility. Upgrade the stored database before you upgrade the offline databases on the POS register. To execute the database upgrade scripts, start the retail channel configuration utility and enter the information of the stored database and then click apply or continue. If there is an offline database on the computer where the utility is installed and run, you are prompted to provision again, and then the offline database is also upgraded. Apply updates on remaining computers and upgrade offline databases. After the stored database has been updated, you can upgrade the offline databases and update all other retail software at the store. It can take several hours to upgrade offline databases. Offline mode is not available until the stored database has been provisioned and an offline database has been created on at least one register. If your environment relies heavily on an offline mode, consider the following factors when you plan the update. On each computer in the environment, including POS registers, update all retail components that are offered in the hotfix installer. This ensures that the local copy of the retail channel configuration utility is updated with the latest offline database schema. On each computer where offline mode will be available, run the retail channel configuration utility to provide upgraded offline databases. Install updates to CDX real-time service. If you have any modifications in real-time service classes, then the code must be merged with the changes in the hotfix. To avoid this, as a best practice, always write customized code in retail transaction service X class so that the customized code will not have any effect on the hotfix or the update installation. Other tips to consider in deploying updates or hotfixes. Comparing changes. Most source code repository solutions have tools built in for this problem, and there are many standalone text compare utilities that can be used to work around this issue. When a hotfix is made available, you can use a compare utility to confirm that the source code has been updated in the retail plugins directory by comparing it against your copy of the baseline. Maintaining baseline. As a best practice, before development begins, make a copy of the baseline retail POS plugins directory and store it in a safe place. Hotfix merge process. The general rule of thumb is to figure out who did the most changes. If your customization is huge and the hotfix has only a small change, you can copy and paste the changes in the hotfix into the customization. However, if the changes in the hotfix are larger, you can use the new baseline version of the files and copy them into the customization directory and redo your customizations.